Hey, welcome back, micro class. It is Monday, April 19th, or quite possibly Tuesday, April 20th. Hope you had a wonderful weekend, no matter what class you are in. Today, we have another easy day. We are going to go ahead, as always, take a look at the last class review. Very simple. We did some type and jungle stuff. Those of you who got caught up, well done. I'm very proud. A lot of you are exactly where you need to be. So great job. Today, as you can see on the board, we are going to learn about some random Microsoft Word stuff. There's just not a good all-encompassing word to describe what we're going to be going over. It's a bunch of random things, and that will lead to your attendance question and assignment. So nothing really easy about it, nothing really hard, just couldn't really describe it. You'll see in a few seconds when we take a look at Microsoft Word, but you will need a piece of paper and a pencil to take down some notes, most likely for your assignment and your attendance question. And that's about that. So hit pause if you need to. If not, let's go ahead and take a look at our Microsoft Word random stuff. All right, guys, the first thing we're going to talk about is something I said we'd get back to a few classes ago, but first we got to have some text in our document. So let's go ahead and say, Mr. Weckba hopes that you had a wonderful weekend and that you are ready to have a great week at school. Boom. Let's add a little bit more. We are getting so close to being able to celebrate summer vacation. What are your plans for this year? All right, so the first thing I want to show you is these little boxes right here. Now, if you notice, this box right now is highlighted. It's a different color. If you hold the mouse over it, it says align left. Align left means everything's going to be lined up on the left here perfectly. If you go to this one where it says align right, it gives you a little preview, but obviously you click that. Oh, nothing happened because we didn't highlight this. So let's go ahead back here. We'll highlight this all, and we want all this to be aligned right. So now it's aligned right. Same for the other buttons. We're going to go ahead and highlight this guy. If you want to center it, this one says center text. Click on that, and it's going to center it up for you. You normally do that for things like titles of documents, or anytime you want to just make it look a little bit different. Most of the time we're going to stay here with this left justification. Now there is one other type, and that's this fourth one right here, and this one is called just justify. And this, if we click on, you'll see it's going to make it just look perfect on each line. If we added a little bit more, it would spread it out so that every line ends at the same point and every line starts at the same point. You see this a lot in newspapers. You probably won't use this too much. Like I said, we'll always be on that left justification. Now, a few other things I wanted to go over with you. Layout. We always see our paper in this form right here. A nice long piece of paper. It's how we do all of our work. However, if you ever wanted to change it, we're just going to go right up here to orientation. Change it from portrait to landscape. Now it changes the paper, and it changes just how the paper looks, obviously, because we tilt it 90 degrees. This is good for flyers, or if you're creating something where you need to have a lot of distance going left to right. But again, for most papers and reports and work documents and school documents, we will always be in the portrait portion of the orientation. Next thing is going to be columns. Let's go ahead, if we wanted to create some columns, let's just go ahead, highlight our text and see what we get. If we said we want this to be in 2 columns, boom, whatever text we highlight, it will put into 2 columns. Let's try 3. I don't know if we have enough text for 3. Nope, we sure do. All of that's going to be in columns. Again, this is great for newspapers or if you're doing some type of school project. But again, if you're doing reports, usually just going to be in 1 column. And now finally, the last thing that we're going to go over today is actually a very, very important tool in Microsoft Word. But before we get to it, let's go ahead and add one more sentence. And we will say, Mr. Oh, go back up here. Mr. Let's leave that. Mr. Nope, my space bar is not working. Oh, it is working. Mr. Oh, now we're having a little bit of a technical difficulty. There we go. Mr. Weckba is hoping to go to California. Period. All right. Now, obviously, there are a few mistakes here. We notice that Weckba has a red underline, Mr. Weckba again, and California. Hopefully, that's not how we spell California. But this red line here will tell you, hey, we think that you've made a mistake. You've probably misspelled this word. If you have these, or at the end of any document, you can go to Review and hit this ABC check. And what that is a spelling and grammar check. You click on that. It will say, hey, Mr. is not in the dictionary. Some suggestions are these. This is what we think it might be. This is the one I wanted, so I'm going to go ahead, highlight that, and hit change. Weckba? That's just my name. I'm sorry, Microsoft Word. That is spelled correctly. So we know it's in there twice. I could hit ignore once, but I'm going to hit ignore all. And that's going to make sure that every time Weckba shows up in this paper, they know, yep, it's spelled correctly. So ignore all. Then finally, California. I don't know what was going on when I spelled California. Yes, this is what I want. I'm going to go ahead and hit change. Now, just like we could ignore all, we could also change all if there was more than one mistake like this. We could change them all to California. There was only one, so we'll hit change, and it lets us know the spelling and grammar check is complete. We hit OK, and now we are excuse me, now we are ready to submit our document, whether it's for work or for school. And that is it for today, guys. All right. So like I said, just a few things, but very random stuff. Let's go ahead and see how that works into your attendance and assignment. Okay, your attendance and assignment. Going to be one and the same today. You only have to do one thing, and it's very simple. It's basically an attendance question. And I'm asking you, how did I misspell the word California? Pretty simple. That's all you have to do. Send that to me in an email today. And that's it. We are going to be finishing up with Microsoft Word next class and then moving on to Microsoft Excel. So if you have any final questions about Microsoft Word that you want to ask me, or if you want to learn how to do anything, let me know quick so we can go ahead and put it in a video lesson for you guys pretty soon. If not, you guys just get this to me by the end of the day. Have a great rest of your Monday or Tuesday, and we'll see you next class. Take care.